Hey, Brother Dave here, inside the hot tent. I'm still in Louisiana, but as you can see, this is quite spacious. Up here, all the way over there. There's my wood stove, and I've got electricity, an electric heater for nights that aren't too cold, and I'll have electricity, 2 electric heaters actually. I'll have electricity up in Kentucky, so I'm not cheating at all. I got a big old table in here where I can put my computer, eat meals. Nice single mattress with a very nice thermal sleeping bag there. That's going to come in handy. But I decided to experiment with this in Louisiana before I took it up to Kentucky because there are problems, and you can't see it. It's about 85 degrees in here right now. That's comfortable enough for naked sleeping on top of the sleeping bag. And as the fire burns down through the night, I'll probably creep into the sleeping bag and wake up in the morning and stoke the fire again. But it was really smart to put this thing together before I went up there. First thing I found was the tent was missing 14 spikes. And when I went to put the stringers on, I fortunately had some 10-penny nails, spikes, in the shed that I could use. But when I ordered the tent on Amazon, it popped up a below. Excuse me. It said people who ordered this tent also ordered this, which was the stove. So I went ahead and ordered the stove without really checking it out too closely, and what I found out when I got it was the pipe was too wide to go through the hole in the top of the tent. So I had to get myself a 4 to 5 adapter, take the 5-inch down to 4-inch to go through the hole. And also on this tent, the flap on the outside over top of that hole is sewn on the top, on the uphill side. So no matter what I did, I could not get that flap to stay away from the flue vent. So the flap burned to a crisp, pretty much, but the tent didn't start on fire. That was fortunate. I got out there with the water hose soon enough to stop that from happening. But I took the additional step of wrapping this fire blanket around the flue vent to further keep the heat off of the tent. And you can see, you can touch it with your hand. You don't burn yourself. It is very hot. You don't want to keep your hand there too long. But the tent is probably up around 100. It's probably up around 120, 130 right at this point where I'm touching right here. But it's not burning my skin, so it's not above 150 right there. And I've been running this for about 3 hours now, so odds are it's not going to get hot enough to do that. Other thing I did was I got a carbon monoxide detector and I'm running that while I'm running this. So we kind of got all bases covered. But smart thing to do, if you've never set up a tent like this before, like I never set it up, or used a stove like this before, like I never did, do it in advance. Don't wait until you get out in that cold environment to set things up in the middle of nowhere, because you're going to see, oh, I don't have enough spikes to do this. And you'll be cutting down branches and all that. Maybe you can make it up. But good luck finding a 4x5 adapter for your flue pipe. That's not happening. Let alone the fire blanket to wrap around the flue. That's not happening either. All right. That's all my good advice for Brother Dave's HillBilly Homestead prequel. We're not up in Kentucky yet, but we're going to get there, and we're going to have some fun. God loves you, and I love you too. Sign out now.